To use a hose or not use a hose?
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. This Corvette is actually driven. It's been here, you've seen it before on the channel. It has C6 Hydro on it. And as a driven Corvette, it has a collection of insects on the front of it. It has brake dust on the wheels. We're gonna take care of that all without a hose. For the insects, for the wheels, we have our dedicated bug remover. It's called All Clean diluted 15:1. We don't have a dedicated bug remover. You don't need one. We have All Clean. We're gonna pre-emulsify the dirt on the surface before putting the rinseless on.
Now, usually we use a foamer, Ivan. You've got the ready-to-use bottle.
Yeah.
Talk about the difference.
Well, it's not coming out in a foam, it's coming out in a liquid. The foam will give us a little more dwell time. Now, there is a lot of brake dust on these, but we're gonna safely get rid of it using a rinseless wash.
So we don't actually need a hose.
No, and then on the bug guts, because let's just say there's a few of them here. So he drove it to us here at dusk. Dusk is a great time to get insects, which he did. So we're pre-emulsifying, letting this work on these insects. We don't need a lot on the surface, but they're gonna start breaking them down, making it safe for us to use rinseless wash. Now, if you had abrasive on the vehicle, people have asked, when do I know when to rinse, when not to rinse? If you're asking yourself the question, should I rinse this vehicle? The answer will always be yes.
Well, then why did you say no hose, Ivan? Because I wanted to rinse this. I saw the bug guts, I saw those chunky dead bodies, and I thought, I don't want to risk it. I want to flush this off after rinseless wash. This doesn't feel safe to me. I've been doing this 7 years, you've been doing it 40 plus years.
Yeah.
7 years is not nothing. And I think erring on the side of caution is always the best move. So tell me why you chose no hose.
Because not everyone has access to a hose, Nick. And this is one of those cases where, yes, it may look daunting, but actually it isn't.
I'm ready to learn, Ivan. You said there was no need, and I believe you, but I guess I'm just not super comfortable with no hose rinseless washing. I know it's safe,
Yep.
but I see a little dust, and to me, what if that dust is the jagged edges that could go,
Yeah.
I am the overthinker who knows better.
Right. We have a coating on this vehicle, and that's one of the reasons we put coatings on vehicle, is to make them easier to wash and safer to wash. So now, all the bugs are being emulsified, broken down by the All Clean. We'll give it a few minutes to do its job. We're not in a rush. This isn't a speed contest. But the wheels, they just had some brake dust on them. There actually was one insect I took out of the wheel, but that's fine. I'm gonna use a little sprayer that we have here. Garden sprayer, works great. And I'm going to actually flush the All Clean out of the wheels using this. Now, Nick has his keg over there. Also an amazing tool. If you're a professional, you probably should have one.
This is where I think having a garden sprayer, even if this is cost prohibitive for you at home, where having a garden sprayer beats just a trigger sprayer. It is nice to get a volume of water sometimes, obviously rinseless solution, even without a hose. So this isn't cheating, right?
No, not at all.
Okay. And the focus here is just to flush the wheel?
Yeah. So think of it as foam, rinse, foam without the foam.
Okay. And yeah, you can see the dirt in the liquid flowing out of the wheel, Ivan.
Yeah. Now, we've rinsed the wheels, so to speak. We get to apply the rinseless all over the vehicle.
Can I use this kind of like I did on the wheel to sort of flush any bug guts that might move?
You can try.
It's working on some, not on others, but
Right.
It's amazing how the coating, boy, makes these bugs start to really fly off.
Yeah.
That one's gone. Let's see if this one will go. No touch. Some of them move, Ivan.
Yep.
Some of them actually just disappear. And others will come off in the wash. Okay, I'm starting to see why we don't need a hose.
This is why we want a ceramic coating on a vehicle, Nick.
We want the coating for this reason. Does adding a little extra rinseless to the surface equate to you, or are you just doing your Ivan thing like always?
As always,
So you're not adding extra rinseless?
no need.
Okay.
And look at the beading on this car, it's amazing. So like I said, this car actually gets driven. Always gotta honor a Corvette owner that drives instead of parks. Not all Corvette owners are track hounds and drivers, so. Now we can see how the rinseless is lifting the dirt off the surface here. So something like this, yes, I may want to flush that just a little more. Adding a little more rinseless to the wheels because we're gonna let the rinseless emulsify a little bit. We're gonna let it do its thing. Get as much as that dirt off the surface.
Wow, the beads are phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
the C6 Hydro that you coated it with.
Correct.
I'm just seeing if I see any more dirt specks or bugs that want to move. I know this is overkill, but it seems to be working super well.
So starting at midnight, working my way around the wheel, getting in all these little spokes. Now, while we're doing this, if you could be so kind as to look down a little below the video here, just down there, there's a subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, hit that button. It helps us out. It might help you out. And if you are subscribed, thank you.
Yeah, this wheel's pretty well maintained, Ivan.
Yep.
I was expecting much worse. I thought it was a driven car that would have lots of brake dust on it.
Well, it is a driven car, but it's a maintained car.
Big fan of the channel, and he definitely has our products.
Right, and the wheels are coated, so it makes cleaning them a lot easier.
Oh, the wheels are coated too.
Yes.
No wonder this is so easy to clean. Because I'm just not used to wheels that are this clean when I expect much worse.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that you saw all that the little flush with the rinseless wash did on these wheels. So just a little bit of rinseless at basically no PSI, everything comes off. And these are very wide wheels too. Having to stick the brush in very far to get to the end of the wheel. Now these wheels have a little lip behind the spokes. You rarely see us use this little brush, but it is perfect for that. While I've got it, a little pass on the caliper. And I'm going to flush the wheel one last time before we dry it, because the brush dislodged a lot of grit here. This is a wheel we can actually get in with our hands and a towel in the barrel to clean. Not a regular occurrence.
I'm not used to seeing ceramic coating beads on the inside of barrels.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And this is just from ceramic coating them brand new?
Yep.
Wheels off?
Wheels off.
Ah, there we go. So that's worth the investment then.
Yeah. So we've let the chemicals do their job. I'm just rinsing away the last little remains of bug guts before we contact wash. Now the contact wash will be simple, easy, and fast. Have our good friend the Legacy sponge. And everyone repeat after me on the verge of dripping. And you see how I can tell exactly where I've been by the water behavior. Here we have beads, here we have sheeting. I've taken the dirt off the surface, back into my bucket, squeeze, I'm ready for the next section.
This is so easy, which is kind of the reason it's so genius, Ivan. Why isn't everybody using rinseless wash?
Well, they should, but some people like to play with the foam cannon, Nick.
One side of the sponge per panel. Is there ever a time you use both sides on one panel? Like
Yes.
the red first and then the black?
Right. If you have a doubt that there's a lot of accumulation on the panel, of dirt, then do 2 at a time. Meaning, start with the red so you can see it, then go back over the black to absorb the rest of the dirt. I've done all my upper surfaces. Now to do the lowers.
You're kind of a speed demon, Ivan, when it comes to rinseless washing. You done this before?
A few times, yeah.
Boy, it's so easy to tell where you've been with those incredibly tight water beads. Wow. C6 Hydro on full display, Ivan.
Yep.
If you're out there and you want to learn more about C6 ceramics, you might be wondering if Ivan could tell you more.
Right, so go to c6ceramics.com, fill out the application to be an installer, make an appointment with our friend John, and you'll be on your way to being a C6 ceramics installer.
What if you just want C6 ceramics as a consumer? You're seeing this video, you love Corvettes, maybe you just got into detailing and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do all the work, although it does look easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Who might they reach out to just get their vehicle ceramic coated by a professional?
Well, we have an installer map on the website. So put in your zip code, postal code, and you'll be able to be on your way to getting your car coated.
Boy, I had real doubts that this would be an appropriate wash method with no hose. And I'm understanding why you said, no, nothing to worry about. This is going to be very simple, and you were right. What's happening to the solution in my wash bucket, Ivan? Folks may want to know how all this rinseless wash technology actually works.
Right. So your sponge is depositing the dirt into the bucket. And some people go, well, the water in the bucket is dirty. Yes, it looks dirty to you. But when you pull the sponge out, it's leaving that dirt behind. So no need to fret, no need to stress. Technology has your back.
Just the sound of the sponge with the verge of dripping rinseless in the bucket is a soothing one.
Yep.
Why is that?
It's quiet in here. Do you hear a pressure washer running?
A compressor, a generator?
Yeah.
No, nothing. It's super zen, actually. Relaxing.
Yeah. So there's a bug gut here that is refusing to let go. I'm actually gonna let it sit for a minute. I've scrubbed off one layer of it. We'll let it sit for a minute and come back. In the meantime, you can actually start drying the car.
Can't believe these bug guts are just disappearing. Wow. If you have any doubts or concerns like I do, that maybe I got a bug gut on my sponge, I'm just gonna dip my rinseless wash soaked sponge in there. Comes out clean. Legacy sponge and rinseless wash, Ivan, they were meant to work together, and
Correct.
work together well, they do.
As a drying aid, we're gonna use C6 mist. And we're in a controlled environment here. If you're doing this in your garage, and this is a perfect wash method for inside a garage, I'm misting on the product. The name is the indication of what it does. One little mist per panel. And I'm done.
Stay on your side, Ivan. I'm gonna try not to overuse product, I promise.
Yeah, good luck. It's sort of hard to resist. It smells so well.
So you're letting it sit on the surface.
Yeah.
Should I be worried? If this was direct sunlight, would you have done it this way?
No, in direct sunlight, I would have dried one panel at a time. Bit of mist on the wheels. There's so little water on the surface, we don't need a big drying towel. That's all you need.
How is this possible? A towel that size to dry it?
A towel this size to dry it. The C6 Mist is a drying aid, a drying lubricant. There's no meaningful or lasting protection inside of mist. That's not its goal. It's designed to be on ceramic coated vehicles, which this is, to let your ceramic coating shine through, not your aftercare product.
Now I've got the drying blanket mini. What's in your hand, Ivan?
I have our twist towel. They're both the same size. They're both premium 70/30 blend Korean microfiber, but a very different weave. This is a twist loop. You can see these loops, they come up and back down. Nick's is a micro twist loop. A little more absorbent. And some people have called it elephant hide.
Ooh, elephant hide, huh? I like both these towels a lot. Usually I reach for a bigger drying blanket though, Ivan.
Yeah, it's really not necessary with this car.
Is it more of like doing a rinseless wash with no hose? You don't introduce a lot of moisture, so tiny towels are fine? Or is it more of a ceramic coating thing?
It's a coated car thing.
Okay.
The C6 Mist also does a great job of evacuating the water from the surface, making the job of your drying towel that much easier. So I'm spreading the mist using my drying towel. You can see there's basically no water on the surface. Now some of you are thinking, oh, I could blow dry this. No, don't blow dry your car. You can blow after you've towel dried, but please always towel dry.
Why?
Your car will be brighter, it will thank you for it. The toweling is part of the cleaning process. And if you're worried about towel marring, this car gets rinseless washed and towel dried on a regular basis by its owner. There's no marring on the surface anywhere.
Are you adding a little extra pressure to make sure you dry the car completely, Evan?
No pressure whatsoever.
Talk about pressure with detailing, especially on paint.
Pressure is 100% your enemy. Now you notice there's a bit of streaking on the window here. We're just gonna let that evaporate. It'll go away by itself.
I'm not saying I'm stretching the limits of this towel, but I am saying it's definitely soaked up quite a bit.
Yeah, it has.
I almost want to grab another towel, Ivan, but I know it can be done. I want to prove it to the general population that you probably have too much drying towel if you're doing a rinseless wash.
Well, and these come in a 2-pack. Well, the one you have comes in a 2-pack. The Twist comes in a 3-pack because the drying blanket mini is a little more absorbent. They're both exactly the same size.
Would it be okay to have one in each hand, Ivan? A wetter towel and then a dry one?
Yeah, that's actually the preferred method, but
Yep.
our other ones are in the laundry at the moment. How's it looking, Nick?
It's looking great. It's looking fantastic. I actually feel very connected to the car. I don't know, we applied product to every square inch. We gently washed it. It cleaned so easily. Boy, that's rare to see a car that cleans up this nice.
The joys of a coating. Now, we mentioned blow drying. A lot of you have these huge leaf blowers. I actually find this, in a lot of cases, does a better job. The reason it does a better job, it's targeted. Your leaf blower is blowing everything here. I don't need to get water off of here, I just need to get water out of here. Then I can come back and dry it. Same thing with this little splitter around the bottom. Get around the windows. This was admittedly a very low moisture wash, so I'm not too concerned about having a gallon and a half of water in the mirror because we didn't even use a gallon of water. We don't know if these drips are coming from this wash or the previous wash. It's always a possibility.
The bugs are all gone, Ivan.
They didn't have a chance against the coating, Nick. Looking good. Here you go, Nick. Catch your last little drips.
Do the wheels even need mist? They're ceramic coated, Ivan.
It just makes drying easier, Nick.
Hence the term a drying aid.
Right. It's not going to provide protection, it's just providing ease of drying. We can actually get the towel in and around the brake caliper and disc with my hand in there. Pretty amazing.
Ivan, as we finish up the wheels, we finish up this Corvette. Paint looks beautiful. Process was so simple. I can't wait to go home and do more rinseless washing and not rely on a hose because I have coated vehicles. Ivan, if they want to do the hose, if they want to do the foam cannon, if they want a Corvette, is there a video where we combine all three?
There sure is, and it's right there.